Hey dummies, it's David. We need to talk about Jin and the military and what is happening there with some new updates. We also have Jin talking about how he was nervous during one of his possible last appearances, and we have a Korean soldier talking about BTS. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, grab your dumplings, he's spilling mug merch, and let's get into it. This will probably be one of the last military videos based on Jin unless something crazy happens in the camp. But likely we may not even know, as there is likely no media coverage there. People can't wait to see Jin as a soldier, and even what stories and any specific soldier might come out and say about Jin or any of the other BTS members when they come back. However, we may not have to wait to hear what a soldier will say about BTS, because a Korean soldier had already come out to say something. Just to preface, a lot of celebrities are kind of nice on camera and then rude off camera. This isn't a surprise for any celebrity to be like, because they are taught to be actors by either the label's trainee program or even several companies like Disney will prep their stars with media training, and you're taught to brand yourself with a specific image that goes with your brand. If you want to portray sweet and soft but you're actually pretty rude of a person, then you act fake on camera. Celebrities are under a lot of stress. However, this is no excuse, but with lack of sleep and high pressure situations, you can bet that they will be angry all the time, and if the only thing that is getting them through the day is a hot cup of coffee and the assistant brings a cold one, you can understand why they flip out. Again, this is no excuse, of course. However, BTS is an example that no matter how stressed they are, they still at least pretend to be kind to every person they meet. And this is what the fandom loves about them, as they genuinely seem nice and are not just pretending. This is something Big Hit drills into their trainees at the start. They need to respect people and must not think that they are all that. And of course, this is seen. When a Korean soldier was assigned to be security at an event, there were several celebrities at the event and probably some older veteran K-pop idols. When those idols all got off the stage, the soldier claimed that none of them said hi or anything like that. The soldiers didn't take it personally, as they assumed these idols were tired, or maybe they had somewhere to be, that they didn't have time to greet everyone, which is also not really their fault, right? The soldier also didn't have that expectation of everyone needing to say hi to them. Apparently, the only person that greeted the soldier was BTS. BTS were rookies at the time, but they introduced themselves to the soldier, and the soldier felt like they were seen and they were appreciated, because these soldiers are important. They're what's keeping the event safe. You have to be a literal moron to want to bomb or attack an event when there are soldiers there. So I am glad BTS said thank you, and from that point, the soldier actually decided to look up the group afterwards and become a fan. The soldier was touched by that gesture and claimed that's when he knew BTS would be big one day. The soldier, seeing just how big BTS is now, he said that he definitely understands why. BTS is big because they're kind, but being kind does not equal big. I think we also need to take in consideration that BTS also has some of the hardest songs and choreography to do, which is probably a bigger factor into how big they are. But being nice is definitely a cherry on top of a very full sundae. Also take this story with a grain of salt. The story did go viral on Twitter, but there's no evidence of if this is a real story. But I am more inclined to believe it's true, because why not? We can definitely see each individual member is so kind, and I can imagine Jin was also so kind to the soldier, thinking that one day he will do something like that as well. I'm definitely looking forward to Twitter blowing up the day Jin's peers all get out of the military and they all have hilarious and cute stories of him. Jin is doing a lot lately, and it's been a little sad because we know one of these appearances would likely be his last for a while. He recently released his song The Astronaut and then made several appearances to promote that song. Recently, he actually made an appearance that shocked everyone, as I don't know if he was formally invited or if it was like a last minute thing. But Jin was invited to the Korean Heritage Liquor Award as a special judge. This might seem a little bit weird as to why, but we can only assume that it might be because he recently did the show Drunken, which is on BTS's channel. Definitely want to react to that one on Patreon, but I have a lot of other BTS reality shows on there too. If you want to join us over there in fangirling, I will leave a link to the Patreon. Jin also did My Alcohol Diaries, so he's been involved in a lot of the alcohol space. For him to be a judge kind of makes sense as the next move. Now, the awards for the liquor are extremely prestigious, and if you win the contest, you get the awards like Best Wine in Korea or whatever. And these awards are great for your brand, and you can stick it on the bottle. You can also get all this news coverage if you win. So it's definitely is an honor to win, and probably one of the best awards to win if you're an alcohol brand. Now, of course, while Jin has made some alcohol in his show, he is still not an expert in alcohol, and wouldn't be quite fair to have his results reflect such high award and career-changing award for these alcohol brands. You can think something tastes really bad, but it's actually supposed to taste like that, and it's considered good. So unless you're an expert, you don't know. Jin admittedly said that he really doesn't know too much about alcohol. He posted on his Instagram a post that claims that his score and opinion will not count in the final result of the winner. And of course, some people were saying maybe he was just scared there to count his results. And yes, I do think he is, because it's a big deal. It's like if someone judged BTS or Jin's music and they were tone deaf. So it's not fair for Jin to either say that this was a good one or wasn't. So I am glad that he asked the judges to not count him. That is really the best decision to make, and I am sure in that case none of the contestants will leave hating Jin. Again, this is probably something he would have feared if they counted his results. I think Jin did a good job, and this was probably so fun for him. He got to do something very different, and I think this is a very smart strategy. Right before Jin enlists and is still being well talked about, get him on as many shows as possible so he can build up his reel of acting and hosting gigs. And then when he comes back and has to rebuild his career a little, because that's normal for every celebrity, he will have those reels to be able to book hosting and acting gigs right away, as opposed to trying to build that reel when he comes back and he's not as talked about. Although he definitely will be talked about when he comes back. But it's a very smart marketing move on HYBE's behalf. One of the main concerns over Jin enlisting isn't even the enlisting part, but people being very upset at Jin to shave his head. This is very common and necessary. As soldiers, you don't get to have individuality. You look like every other soldier, and it's easy to do things without so much hair. In combat, you don't want to have people grabbing your hair. So people assumed Jin might go ahead and get the buzz cut. It was reported by several K-media outlets that Jin will be enlisting on December 13th. Given that is not far away at all, people were going crazy. However, HYBE did come out and essentially sort of said that they actually didn't know when. I don't know why, but if they are saying that they don't know when, then they don't know or can't say. But people believe Jin actually did confirm it. I don't know 100% if his response counts as a confirmation, but you tell me. He said this: although an article I hoped wouldn't be published was released, armies, you can't come to the training camp. There will be a lot of other people there besides me, and it might be dangerous due to the chaos. I love you, army. This of course translated from Korean to English, and he does say that an article was published that he didn't want to be published. But we actually have no idea if he is referring to the original HYBE statement / article where they confirm BTS will be enlisting, or if Jin is referring to K-media, because I feel like he would know if HYBE is about to release a statement, but might not have any idea if media outlets is going to release a headline. How would he know? Unless he was talking to that outlet, but that's not his job. So I don't know what he's referring to, but people think this is when he goes. And of course, before he goes, he needs to shave his head. I have a feeling he will be doing that very soon, and I wonder if he will post a selfie of his new shaved head for us on IG. Other concerns were about if Jin will be treated well, and I don't mean abused, but military food, beds, and stuff are not comfortable. Military food isn't even cooked by an actual chef, it's just a regular soldier making it, so the food is definitely less palatable. Going from Jin having world-class alcohol and food to him probably having goop, that sounds miserable. It would definitely be easier if Jin never had the world-class food and then just was served goop. Let me know what you think, and make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.